So first up, the Nintendo Switch Online service has been getting criticized for its quality of N64 gameplay. So let's kind of look at some of the issues that people are talking about. So, all right. Super Mario 64 is missing a rumble feature that appears in the Japanese expansion pack version of the game. Rather than being a specific technical issue, however, the Japanese version of Super Mario 64 is the Shindu one, which was updated with rumble pack support. So if you want that feature, it appears you'll just need to grab the Japanese expansion pack app. There's a guide on here how to do that. Sin and Punishment has been reported to have some control issues involving how it's mapped its strafing. The original N64 release, the strafe left and right actions were mapped to the yellow controller buttons. And in this emulated version, these are replicated on the Switch's face buttons. However, the Switch version has you pressing the right trigger to shoot, which then remaps the face buttons at the same time. This leads to the right strafe no longer working on the face buttons. However, you can also use the D-pad to strafe. So besides being a little awkward, this isn't a huge issue. There are apparently some frame rate and sound problems with Mario Kart 64. Let's see. Frame rate issues are also being reported in relation to Star Fox 64 and Yoshi's Story. And Super Mario 64 and The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time are apparently suffering from some controller lag, although we have to say from our admittedly short time spent, so they weren't able to notice it. GameXplain has put out a video addressing the input lag issues, which seems to confirm that it's minimal at worst. Some people compared Super Mario 3D All-Stars to the Super Mario 64, and it's pretty much very similar. Also, there's issues with the environment effects like fog and water and all that. So let's take a look. So this is Wii U. This is Mario 64, and if you look, you can see the fog. See how it kind of starts right here? Now, if you look at the Switch version, there's no fog here. Like, you can't see it. You can only see the fog kind of in the distance. Now, there's a good video by Modern Vintage Gamer where he goes over the fact that a lot of what you're seeing is poor configuration for the emulator that is being used. So he believes that if Nintendo takes the time to configure their emulator properly, that they can resolve a lot of these issues. So I don't know whether that's true or not. Obviously, he knows a lot more than most people. So, we have to wait and see, because it's not just Mario 64. I've seen side-by-side images of Ocarina of Time where on the Wii, you can see the fog. You can see kind of the water has that like blended, look to it. And then on the Switch, the water, you can literally see all the pixels in the waves, and then there's no fog. It looks horrible. So that is a big issue with the games. So here we do have an image of Ocarina of Time. So this is on the Wii, I believe. Or actually, no, they got the images reversed. So here you can clearly see fog, right? And on this one, there's no fog whatsoever. And also you can kind of see the tile here looks kind of odd. It's kind of hidden here. But anyways, yeah, so there are major issues with environmental effects in the games. Here's a tweet by Blessing Adio Jr. button mapping for N64 on Switch is so terrible that I'm still in disbelief that there's no option to remap. Pro, Star Fox 64 ages so gracefully, it's ridiculous. Okay. Ocarina of Time. Okay, here's the image I was talking about. All right. So here we have you have 3 images, N64, the Wii, which is, I believe, is the virtual console, and then the Switch. So let's take a look here. All right, so this is probably the Wii version right here. This is the Switch. Or no, this is the Switch. Okay, all right. So this is probably the N64. This is the Wii, and this is the Switch. So just look at the difference. Here, obviously you can tell that the aspect ratio is N64, right? And everything is a little bit more blurry. The N64 didn't have the best resolution. When you go to the Wii Virtual Console, you can see the resolution has been cleaned up a lot, but you still have the nice effects on the water, and you still have the nice fog effects. So the environmental effects still look good. But then when you go to the Switch, it looks like, I mean, it doesn't even look like the same game almost. The water is all, the texture maps look like default water texture maps. There's no particle effects. You can't see the fog in the background at all. It just looks really bad. So yeah, these are the issues that people are seeing, and they're not happy about it, and rightfully so, because, you know, if you're paying extra money to access these games, and then on top of that you bought the controller, which was around $40, and then you fire it up and you're like, well, crap, like, it'd be better for me to just plug in a Wii, or, you know, just get an N64, which is what I have over here if I want to play N64 games. Not everyone can do that, I understand that. But as it is right now, it's better to play the original consoles, the Wii, or just run an emulator on your PC. It's not worth playing these N64 games on the Switch right now. They have to fix all this, because it just looks horrible. Hey everyone, thanks for listening to this episode of Games I Speak. If you liked the episode, please like and subscribe, and we'll see you all next time.